Oh, what's going on, YouTube? Bear here. This is Bear's Mix. Welcome to my channel. I am still up here in Anchorage, Alaska. I'm sorry I haven't gotten a video out to you guys in a while. Life is getting in the way. It's been like 5 or 6 months since I got a video out. I figured it's time to get one out. Introduce you to the new channel I'm getting ready to start. Actually, I uploaded the first video to it earlier today. I'm transferring a lot of my videos from here over to that new channel. So for the next 3 months or so, every week a new video is going to come out automatically, and it's all going to be videos that have already been here while I'm getting other videos ready to go on there. But yeah, I'm going to tell you all about that and much more right after this brief introduction. Welcome back. Up here it is about 28 degrees right now. Snow is melting pretty damn quick. You'd be surprised how fast the snow melts up here. Anyways, I'm in my vehicle, as you can see. I finally bought a vehicle. Got around to buying a vehicle. It does need some work. It's a police impound. The woman that owned it, apparently she got locked up for a little over a year for like a third or fourth DUI offense. And the vehicle sat in the impound yard for a year and a half before they finally sent it to auction. I don't know not sure what the policy is up here on it or how long it takes a abandoned vehicle at an impound yard to go on auction. I know down in the 48 it's generally 30 days. I don't know if she knew somebody at the tow company that impounded or what the deal was. But at the end, she went over to get it out. She couldn't afford the towing and the storage, and over a year of storage. Wow. Something like $25 a day or more. So she just handed him the keys and signed the title over. It was a free and clear title. She didn't owe any money on it. I've checked the history of this vehicle. It got its start in Texas, went to Idaho for a little while, then back to Texas. Then finally it made its way up here, and this is where it's been its whole life. I'm sure you're gonna see the vibration in the video there as I'm getting on it. The car does need a little bit of work. I mean, like I said, it's set for over a year and a half. So far I've replaced I haven't replaced it yet. I do need to replace the power steering pump. It is bad. So when I'm going slow speeds, I've really got to fight to get the car to make the turns I needed to make. So far I've put in a brand new battery, $100. I've had to replace the windshield wiper arm on the back glass. That wasn't expensive at all. It was like 20 bucks for that. I've done an oil change on it. I'm working through changing all the fluids out. I'm in the middle of doing a coolant flush right now. I got the coolant treatment in here right now while I'm driving around a little bit. Later on tonight I will go finish the coolant flush and fill, put all fresh antifreeze in here. I will do another oil change later on. This car does take 7 quarts of oil. I put in 6 quarts and a quart of transmission fluid. Why would you put transmission fluid in your engine, you might be asking? Well, simply put, transmission fluid has a lot of more detergents and cleaning stuff in it than your regular engine oil does. And it's an old trick to free up a collapsed lifter, which is one of the issues this vehicle does have. I also have a misfire on one, so I got to do a tune-up a little later on. I just went and picked up new spark plugs and new coil packs. I'm doing all 6 of them. Why not, right? Got to do one, may as well do them all. If I can't get this lifter to free up using this old ATF trick, I will be having to replace the lifters in this. Set of lifters for this car is almost $400. So what is the car, you might be asking yourself? It is a 2002 GMC Envoy. I'm here at Walmart right now, by the way. It's a 2002 GMC Envoy. 4-wheel drive, fire engine red. Not that that color matters. But it does need a few other things. I have a one of the wires for the passenger side headlight. I ordered a new pigtail for it because it shorted out and melted. So I got a new pigtail coming in there. Other things I've done to it so far are the driver's side window regulator. The panel was apart and the window wasn't working, so I just assumed it was the regulator, the motor that raises and lowers the the window. Got a new regulator, replaced it. Just starting to realize that was not the problem. Then I went and tested the switch panel, which I should have done to begin with, and that's what it was. It was a bad switch. So it was like 18 bucks at the junkyard for a new switch panel that works. So I got my window, rolls up and rolls down now. So I'm happy there. Apparently they tried fixing it themselves. There's a crossed wire, so the switch works reverse of what it should be working. So I got to figure that out and get the wires reset on that. What else we got going on here? Oh, and I got the entertainment center here. It's got the DVD player under the seat. I just got to remount the screen up here where it belongs. But yeah, what did I pay for this? Oh, the other thing I got to fix is the dashboard. The parental's not working, so I don't know what the true odometer reading is on it because the odometer doesn't light up. You know, your shift indicator, your park, reverse, drive, neutral, all that, none of those are working. So that's usually an easy fix. I just got to pull the dashboard out. I got to take the dashboard apart, pull the instrument cluster out, open it up, and go to the back of the LED panels for the parental and everything, and check those out. Usually when this happens, it's a one of the solder connections broke and just needs to be resoldered. But plug in the OBD reader into it to check for any fault codes or anything. I was able to get the mileage out of it, and it's 136,000 miles. So the car for 2002 doesn't have very many miles on it. I've done a Carfax on it. I know the history of the car. It's never been involved in an accident. I got it started out in 2002 in Texas. Went to Idaho for a little while, then back to Texas for about another year, and it spent the last 15 plus years here in Alaska. Apparently belonged to somebody in the military, so that's why it bounced back and forth a little bit. What did I pay for the car at auction? A whopping $225. That was it. I love auctions. So what's been going on up here? I'm still driving for the post office, although I'm not going to keep doing that much longer. The company we're contracted through, I just don't like the way things are going lately. They've been doing some real screwy things lately, and it's just the turnover rate is exponentially higher here in the last 6 months or so than it was in the first year and a half, or the first year I was here. We're losing drivers hand over fist because they're treating us worse and worse every time you turn around. So I'm going to be moving back down to the lower 48 sometime this summer. Right now it is, what is it, April, today's April the 7th, I believe? April the 6th. I'm going to be moving back down to work for a company driving tanker trucks. And I'll be buying another truck through them. This is a company that's been around for a while. I'm not going to say who it is yet. I'll get into that later on when I get down there. But I've already talked to them. They got a spot for me as soon as I get down there. But I told them it won't be into July or August sometime later on in the summer. Late summer. I'm going to start squirreling some money away so I can make the move back down there. Especially after moving up here, and I was counting on being able to take the tax deductions on the relocation, because normally if you move more than 800 miles to change jobs or a work-related move, you can write off your moving expenses. Well, I didn't realize it, but Obama put an end to that. That was one of his screwing with the taxes and raising the taxes. He took away the tax deduction for moves. And then President Trump rolled it back a little bit so that it only applies to active duty militaries on PCS moves, permanent change of station. They're the only ones that can write it off now. Thank you, Mr. Trump, for at least bringing that part back. So yeah, the $8,000 and change I spent to move up here, I was expecting to write most of that off. I can't now. Thank you, Mr. Obama. You scumbag piece of crap that never should have gotten in office. I have videos on my main channel, on this channel actually. If you go into the playlist, the diapers, there's a video of him in there. It was an undercover video where he admits to a small group of his followers in a basement of some church somewhere that it's true, he is not a U.S. citizen. He was not born in America. Therefore, he was never eligible. All those conspiracy theories and all those so-called birthers were right. He was not legally eligible to run for office, and they did everything they could to cover it up. And he says right in there, well, it just goes to show, the more you tell the lie and you deny the truth, it becomes fact. People will believe it. Under him, the first time in our nation's history, our national credit rating was lowered. Now, under Biden, our banks' ratings have been lowered. Our allies and other nations out there are so aware and afraid of what's going on in this country and the way our economy is being run down and destroyed that they are starting to move away from the U.S. dollar as the main international trading currency, which has been that way forever. They go into the Chinese, was it yen or yuan, whatever the Chinese currency is, starting with fuel for oil and natural gas is now starting to be traded in Chinese currency, not in the U.S. dollar, which is driving the price, run the price of fuel back up here. You know, I'm getting off topic here. I said I'm not going to keep politics off this channel as much as I can, so I'm going to shut my mouth now on that, I hope. So yeah, I'm going to be moving back down to the 48. I'm going to miss it up here in Alaska, though I will come back as often as I can. Great place, great people, lots to do here. But yeah, when I move down there, back down to the 48, I'm going to move to a state with no state income tax, and that is still two-way friendly, so I don't have to worry about my firearms. So yeah, I just wanted to get in here, do a little update, say hello, let you guys know I'm still alive and kicking, although who knows how long that's going to last for. As you know, you do need to go, truck drivers, we have to take, at least every 2 years, we have to take a physical to make sure we are physically fit to keep driving and meet the standards that the feeble government has set up for truck drivers as far as health goes. And I got some bad news this year from the doctor's office. I've just been diagnosed with high blood pressure, late onset type 2 diabetes, mild case of sleep apnea. What else? High cholesterol. Go figure. And I just went earlier this week for my annual physical, my regular medical physical, and they found some moles on my back and some patches of skin on my back that they said appear cancerous. So they did a cancer screening panel on me, and I got the results back. I got the call on that yesterday, which is a call I was never expecting to get. But yeah, I need to, number one, go see a dermatologist to have those moles removed, and number two, I need to go see an oncologist for a second opinion and a full diagnostic set of tests for cancers, because there was something in the blood work they didn't like. And I also got to go get that sketch artist to climb up my asshole one of these days here in the next couple weeks and take some drawings. I mean, I got to go for a colonoscopy. I'm 50 years old now. I've never had one. I should have had the first one 5 years ago. Oh, I don't want to do it. No. Exit only, buddy. So, yeah, I got that to look forward to. So who knows how long I'm going to be up and around for. But I'm going to keep going as long and as hard as I can. What's going on here? I think I've already talked to you guys before in one of the previous videos. That nice house I had, I lost that because Western Flyer Express, the company I drove for prior to moving up here, screwed me out of my last paycheck. It was a little over $2,200. Never seen that. They owe me over $25,000, which is one of the reasons I left. A big reason that I left. Still haven't been able to get any of that out of them. So the attorneys are working on that. We do have something going on there to make sure one way or another I do get paid. But when? That's the question. Plus there's that class action lawsuit against them over their lease program where they're trying to get all our money refunded to us. That's still working its way through the federal courts. Who knows how long that's going to take. Class action lawsuits can take several years. I have one class action suit that I was involved in that I never even knew I was involved in. It just automatically threw me in it. I got a check a while back from the Consumer Protection Bureau, which I thought was a scam. I thought it was a hoax, and then I started doing some research on them and found out, yeah, they are legitimate. And yeah, I've talked about them before. That's how I found out about them getting this check for, well, I'm not allowed to say $329, but I'm not allowed to say how much I got in that settlement. It was a class action suit brought on behalf of a bunch of people that had payday loans. I've never had a payday loan, but my name was on a payday loan. And it was one of those things where my identity was stolen. And I'm still having problems because of that. Had some new issues jump back up. Finally got my credit score. I know I've talked about my credit in the past. Finally got my credit score up into the low 700s, back down to the mid 500s. Because people trying to open up fraudulent accounts in my name still. And I haven't been able to get rid of them. Fighting to get them off, But even the accounts that were denied because they ran my credit score down so low, I still have those hard inquiries that are keeping my credit score low. And it takes at least 2 years for those to fall off. So there's a few things I'm doing there to try and get those off. I have an attorney working on that. Again, I'm just so fed up with that crap. I don't know what that yelling was. Anyways, yeah, so I'm trying to get that built back up. Trying to get my credit cards caught up. I ended up getting behind on my credit cards because of them screwing me. I lost my house because of them, Western Flyer Express screwing me. Out of my last paycheck, I wasn't able to pay December's rent a little over a year ago. And they said, yeah, no problem. As soon as you get your first paycheck at the new job, come pay us. We get paid here every 2 weeks. Went in to try and pay it. Oh no, we're not accepting a payment. We're evicting you. We want you out. And I took it to court. I fought it as long as I could. I fought it as hard as I could in the court. Normally they only give you 2 days to get out of a house up here. The judge gave me 10 because I was able to prove to him, hey look, I got the money to pay the rent. She's refusing to accept the payment. She even said in the court, I just want the house. I want him out. So she's in court telling the judge, I just want him out. I don't want the money. They sent me to collections. So that's working its way through court right now, which isn't helping my credit report too much. So since then, I've been living in a motel. Nobody wants to rent to somebody with a fresh eviction. They say eviction's got to be at least 5 years old before they'll rent to you. I can't get anybody up here to rent to me. I had one person that wanted to rent to me.
Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.